Welcome to Charlotte Motor Speedway in North Carolina, home of the In the Draft ARCA Series race tonight, part of the Sidewinder Racing Leagues. You can check them all out at dgsracing.com. 9 different leagues, all 7 nights. Check it out, 15-week seasons. It's a lot of fun. Right now we're checking out Zach Swicegood in a number 24 Ford, which has to make some people's heads hurt. Qualifying just underway. Drivers get 2 laps to set their best lap time. That'll sort out the starting lineup. Appreciate you, Ellis. Hello, hey, hi, and welcome to everybody. So watch Swicegood work away around in the 24 car. This is one of the first cars on track, so he should be one of the first ones to put a lap down. And then we'll go from there, see where we stack up. Comes off turn number 4, heading to start finish. Laps will start trickling in. Swicegood jumps up to number 2, Lucas Hoytsma. Always fast, jumps up to the top spot. It is patriotic night, so you'll see a lot of red, white, and blue schemes out there. Must be a lot of French fans. Hoytsma, of course, with the Dale Jr. throwback, but on a Pontiac. At least it's a General Motors car. Second lap for Hoytsma, just a bit slower. He'll stay on pole with the 70.724. Montrose jumps up to the second spot. Moves Swicegood down to third. Sam Kohlhaas, Miller scheme, jumps up in there. Takes the third spot away from Swice. Now Hayden Lowell to the top of the board in the Napa car. I think he just said his car is already red, white, and blue. He's just going to leave it like that. So Hayden got the 30.56 on his first lap. Second lap slower, so first one will remain the pole time. Alex Reeling's first lap goes briefly 9th, and then Dave Hoytsma jumped over. So Dave Hoytsma goes to 9th. The Labor 12 Bass Pro Shop clone there. Reeling up into 10th. Cody Cleaver, Jimmy Johnson Lowe's throwback. Cleaver currently in the 7th spot. JR Deal sitting at the end of pit road. Ethan Evers jumps up to 12th. Ira Kohlhaas, the 29 Grub Shack machine, jumps up into the 5th spot. Strong run there for both the Kohlhaas machines, 5th and 6th. See if Ethan Evers can pick up anything on lap number 2. Most cars have slowed down the second lap. Ethan does pick up 30.83, jumps up to 3rd quick. Got that patriotic Cave RP Toyota up into the 3rd spot. Mike Edwards on his second lap. He'll jump up to 30.8 as well. That puts him 3rd. So the Cave RP Toyotas will be 3rd and 4th right now. Trenton Sneed, one of the fan favorites. First lap put him 15th quick. It's on his second lap now. See if he follows the strategy of those Fort Worth Esports cars and jumps up on his second lap. Comes off turn number 4, heading through the double dog leg. Cross start finish line. 30.7. That'll put him up in 3rd spot. Trenton Sneed, great qualifying effort there. Final 30 seconds are ticking off. Jeff Price out on track. He still has one more lap to go. First lap put him 16th. And he's pulling it to pit road. He had enough. 16th will be the starting position for Jeff Price. 22 cars took an official lap time. Derek Watkins 21st. Andrew Beach 22nd. Cars that have not attempted a lap: Blake Giglio, Adam Crozier, Nick Hammer, Griffin Jones, and Dan Robinson Jr. 27 cars here tonight. Trenton's fans chiming in as he picked up that 3rd spot. Nice lap there from Trenton. That'll do it for qualifying. Hayden Lowell, Lucas Hoytsma, front row. See if we can't get a quick word in with our friend Lucas Hoytsma. Because I don't see Hayden. Oh, there he is. Never mind. We'll go talk to Hayden. Hayden, DG, you got a copy? Hello.
Hello, Swiss.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going apparently point one whatever it is seconds good.
We'll get on tracks. We can show off your car.
All right, fine. We're in different colors this week. We're in the Napa colors instead of the Arc music colors. So hopefully the red, white, and blue fits the patriotic theme more than the black.
The red, white, and yellow. Yep.
There is red on this car. There is white on this car. There is blue on this car. Red, white, and blue.
And yellow.
I mean, yes, there's yellow too, but
Well, you
color fireworks. I don't know. That's all I got.
got the poll tonight. How did you get that done?
Grip, qualifying, commitment, force feedback in the wheel.
Looks like you got it all on lap one. A lot of the drivers behind you picked it up on lap number two, but your first lap in Hoytswa. Both of you had the first lap was fastest. Was it just holding on to it for as best you can? Was it kind of loose?
It was definitely a little loose. It took a lot of throttle control and small little inputs in the steering wheel. But the second lap, you've pushed through one and two. Your first lap, you push through three and four, and then you push through one and two again. So the right front's just gone by the time you get to three and four. And it looked like you had my lap up on the broadcast, and the car just went straight in three and four. I wasn't gonna pick up any time.
All right, bud. Well, congrats on the pole, and we'll see if we talk to you later in the race.
I hope you do. Thank you very much.
Hayden Lowell, your pole sitter for tonight. Let's get this party underway. Starting lineup music presented by our friends at Labor 12. Get them anywhere you get your music. Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, wherever. Check them out. Labor 12. They're awesome. Rock band from Lubbock, Texas, and our good friends. On pole, Hayden Lowell in the 67 Napa car. Starts alongside Lucas Hoysma in the Labor 12 Pontiac. Trenton Sneed, the Trans Technologies machine, starts in the third spot. Mike Edwards, KVRP Toyota, starts in fourth. Ethan Evers, KVRP Toyota, starts in fifth. Ian Montrose, the Blockbuster Chevy, starts in 6th. Mike Chris, the Goodwrench Chevy, starts in 7th. Ira Kohlhaas, the RJS Automotive Chevy, starts 8th. Sam Kohlhaas, Miller High Life Chevy, in 9th. Swicegood, the Air Force Ford, in 10th. Cody Cleaver in the Lowe's Chevrolet starts 11th. Quinn Newton, Labor 12 Chevy, in 12th. Dave Hoisman's Labor 12 Bass Pro lookalike in 13th. Alex Reeling in the Ford Performance Factory Canopies Mustang in 14th. Jake Lawrence, the Rusty's Machine, starts in 15th. And Jeff Price in the Back Channel Productions Pontiac starts 16th. EJ Johnson, Honeybee Racing Toyota, starts in 17th. JR Deals, Johnny Outlaw Chevy, starts in the 18th position. Daniel Llewellyn's Labor 12 Pontiac starts 19th. Thomas Ferlizzo in the Mach 1 Chevrolet starts in the 20th position. Derek Watkins Golden Eagle Audi starts in the 21st position. Andrew Beach, Side Pipes Pontiac, in 22nd. Blake Giglio Monster Chevy, 23rd. Nick Hammer, National Fallen Firefighter Foundation Chevy, starts in 24th. Griffin Jones Lucas Oil Ford, 25th. Dan Robinson Jr.'s Captain America Chevy starts in 26th. And Adam Crozier, the USA Pontiac, starts in 27th. We made it. Just in time for the green flag. Pace car is off. Green flag, green flag, green flag. Lucas Hoysma jumps out in front with the nose of that number 8 Pontiac. Hayden Lowell's going to drive it in deep on the bottom of turn 1. See if he can get it to stick coming off 2. Hayden wants to lead this first lap. 115 laps here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. As we said at the top of the broadcast, lots of patriotic schemes out there for patriotic night. Hoysma hanging tough on that outside. You can do that for a few laps, but it will eat up your stuff on the top side. He's going to lead lap 1. Hoysma gets the bonus point for a lap led. Hayden staying right on his quarter panel, drives it right down to the blue line. Have a car around on the backstretch. Can't tell who that is at the moment. Might be Adam Crozier in the 45 car. As the lead single files out, Hoysma takes it sole possession. Hayden drops to second. Trenton Sneed, Mike Edwards, Ian Montrose, Ethan Evers, and Mike Christopher, your top 7. So watch the battle for the 6th position. Evers got a little deep into the corner there, had to lift. That's going to allow the 3 of Christopher to power by on the outside, take over the 6th spot. Evers down to 7th. Let me see, Ira Kohlhaas, and then this battle, Quentin Newton, Cody Cleaver, and the 42 of Alex Reeling, that's 9th, 10th, and 11th. Quentin Newton all the way down by the white line. Cleaver about half a car off the wall there at one point. See him get out of shape, brushes the wall coming off. That should give both these guys position on the inside. Newton gets by, and then the 42 of Reeling, I imagine, will get him coming into the corner. Cleaver will fall to 11th and out of the top 10. Behind him, you see Sam Kohlhaas, Jake Lawrence. That is for the 12th position. 12 car has it, the 68 Rusty's Lightning McQueen machine wants it. Sam's going to hold on to it for now. Newton and Reeling. This would be a battle inside the top 10 for the 9th position. See, for the most part, the field has gotten single file, but here goes Reeling down to the inside of Newton. Reeling picked up a Legends victory this weekend. Here he is trying to get a top 10 out here in the ARCA series. Nothing doing there. Is Newton able to hold him off for 9th? Out front, still Lucas Hoisma over Hayden Lowell. Gap stretching out just a bit. Trenton Sneed rides in 3rd. Then Mike Edwards coming under attack from Ian Montrose. Montrose falling back a little bit now. 12 car having some connection issues. It's going to allow Jake Lawrence to get to his inside again. Blake Giglio started in the backs, worked his way up to 14th. That Monster Energy Camaro going to the inside of Jake Lawrence. That'll move Blake up to 13th, and he'll set sights on Sam Kohlhaas, who's blinking. Set what sights he can on Sam Kohlhaas. Giglio getting 2 cars that lap. He'll be up to 12th. Now he'll set after Alex Reeling in 11th. Jake Lawrence able to complete the pass on Kohlhaas. So Jake Lawrence, a net of nothing. He gets passed by Giglio, but passes Kohlhaas, remains 13th. Kohlhaas drops to Reeling and Cleaver battle. This is battle for 10th. Reeling had passed him on the way up towards the front, but then looks like maybe had a moment. Cleaver got back to his inside, but Reeling able to recover, hang on to the spot. Giglio starting to lurk from that 12th position, closing in on this battle. So far, so good for the field. Trenton Sneed closing in on Hayden Lowell for 2nd. That looked like Mike Chris was getting on the back bumper of Montrose also. A couple of passes attempts here. We'll see if Trenton can get it done. It's the inside down in 3 and 4 of Hayden Lowell. Not going to be able to get it done coming off the corner. Let's see if Mike Chris had any better chance. No, he did not. Put those battles back to single file. CD29, Ira Kohlhaas up high. Ethan Evers down low. Kohlhaas going to take that spot. Moves up into the 7th position. Cody Cleaver, can't talk. Blake Giglio. Blake up into 11th now. Bake Giglio. It's a new dish. We're gonna have some baked Giglio tonight. Blake 1 spot away from being into the top 10 after starting at the back of the pack. Hoisman's lead 0.7 of a second for Hayden Lowell and Trenton Sneed. Mike Edwards up high in the 14. Unusual spot to find him when there's no battle going on. You know it heats up the tires up there. Mike Chris has gotten by Ian Montrose. Now he's up into the top 5. Montrose 6th. Then comes Ira Kohlhaas, Ethan Evers, Quinn Newton, Alex Reeling, and Blake Giglio. Cody Cleaver, the whole top 12 bunched up pretty good after you get past Weitzman. You got a bit of a gap to Jeff Price 13th. Jake Lawrence finds himself 14th. There's Dave Hoisma 15th. J.R. Deal 16th. E.A. Johnson 17th. Sam Kohlhaas finds himself 18th, ahead of Daniel Lawala 19th. Griffin Jones, a bit unusual to see Griffin so far back. Griffin back there in 20th. Swicegood 21st. Thomas Ferlizzo 22nd. Derek Watkins 23rd. Dan Robinson Jr. 24th. Andrew Beach 25th. Nick Hammer 26th. And it looks like the 45 has retired from the race. He will finish 27th. Adam Kersor. Who's that battling? Blake Giglio getting by the 42 of Alex Reeling up into the top 10. Started outside the top 20. That 16 car on a move. Biggest movers since the start of the race. Giglio up 12. Griffin Jones has gained 5. Swicegood's fallen back 11. So that 16 car is hustling. It's like Kohlhaas and Evers battling once again. 29 car up high, 26 down low. They're both behind Ian Montrose, just ahead of Quinn Newton. Behind them, you see Blake Giglio picking up another spot. Gets by his teammate Quinn Newton. Sounded like the 42 of Reeling maybe got the fence a little bit there. Able to continue on. Yeah, he's got some right side damage. 42 up and into the outside wall a bit. Montrose getting past on both sides here. Kohlhaas goes to the top. Evers goes to the bottom. Giglio gets by. Montrose lost 3 spots there. About to lose another to Quinn Newton. Montrose suddenly dropping like a rock. 6th position now, still rages on. Giglio trying to get them both. So we get to the outside of Ethan Evers. Evers trying to pin him in there. Kohlhaas gives him the top though. Giglio going to take advantage. That'll move Blake up into the top 6. He's got 2-second gap to make up before he catches his next competitor. That is Mike Chris in the Dale Earnhardt scheme there. Mike riding behind Mike Edwards. Trenton Sneed. Sneed's fallen back a ways from Hayden. Hayden's turned up the wick. Starting to run down that 8 car. 20 laps into the run. Looks like Hayden was saving a bit early on. Now he's trying to run down Hoytsma. Looks like E.J. Johnson, Daniel Llewellyn may have had contact. Go back and find what happened to Llewellyn. Yeah, contact coming off of turn number 4, looks like. See Daniel down by the yellow line. The 91 drifted up to the wall. I think Llewellyn just trying to get corner exit, didn't expect the 91 to be there. Make contact. Continue on. Daniel's still in the lead lap. Cody Cleaver gets by his teammate, get into the top 10. Ahead of them, he's still battling between the 29 and 26 with Quinn Newton watching. Now Newton gets to the outside of the 26. Newton going to get right up by the wall. Should give him a good run coming off of turn 4. He'll stay ahead of the 26 and Newton up to 8th. Now he'll try to chase down the 29 of Kohlhaas. It's like things are interesting for third. Trenton Sneed has a couple of Michaels all over his back bumper. Mike Edwards down low, Mike Christopher up high. Trenton Sneed, the 81, just ahead of him. Mike Chris will take over the 4 spot from Mike Edwards. Now Mike Chris will see if he can get by Trenton Sneed. Getting later in the run. Looks like maybe the 81 struggling a bit on long run speed. Mike Chris gets to his outside. Mike Chris going to take over third from Trenton Sneed. Now Mike Edwards trying to find a way by as well. Looks like he's going to peak to the top. Blake Giglio trying to close him down. He's closed half a second of that gap down. You have Ira Kohlhaas holding off now the 88. As Mike Edwards gets to the outside of Trenton Sneed. And our first caution is out. It's like Ian Montrose in the 1. Up and into the fence. Oh my gosh, ARCA braked by cars in the back of the field. It's like Nick Hammer got a piece of that. Couldn't tell who that was up high. Oh, contact from the 19. Into the back of the 1. Jeff Price just gets in there too hot. Turns the 1 car around. Around goes Montrose up and into the fence.
By the end of the world.
Let's see who comes in late here.
Jeff.
Looks like Dan Robinson Jr. Let's just mute that. Should see plenty of pit stops here. And here they come. So many lead lap cars coming down. Every car in the top 20. And looking at my speed charts, every car that's still in the race. Looks like the 29 may have missed their box. Already down and away for Ira Kohlhaas. Of course, it's the opposite end. There we go, race off pit road. That was really close. Let's manually rewind it and check. Looks like Lucas is going to win the race off pit road. You see the 27 who came into that wreck late. Captain America car. Montrose coming off pit road. So Lucas Hoysma, everybody taking 4 tires here. Like Jeff Price, an extended stop to get some repairs on the 19. Still see some right front damage on him after he got up and into the wall after contact with the 1. See left side damage also. That 19 car's not going to be having a lot of fun in this air. Wallen's been down. We saw Llewellyn have that issue with the 91 car as he came off the corner. He got his damage fixed up. That car looks in much better shape than the 19. And Alex Reeling. I don't know why he's so far back. I don't know. So Kohlhaas comes down the second time and gets to his box. So probably what I said, missed the box the first time around. Let's go grab a word with Mr. Lucas Hoysma. Lucas, DG, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, sir, we got one nice green run in there. How did it feel in your number 8 Pontiac?
Well, it started out loose and then started getting a little tight on me. It was washing out really bad in the corners, and then it started to get a little loose again, started to come back in. So overall, it's feels pretty good. I think with the sun going down now, it's going to change even more. And I don't know, Hayden was starting to reel me in there at the end, and then he caught the wall, so I'm worried about this run if it goes green again. He's going to have really good long run pace.
TM Force, you think Hayden is your #1 competition, or you keep an eye on that 16 that's worked his way up from outside the top 20 to 6th?
Yeah, I'm a little worried about him, but he's probably just going to run out of gas before he gets to me.
Dang. All right, bud. Good luck on the runs here, and we'll see if we talk to you a little bit later on.
All right, thanks, man.
Lucas Weitzman in the 8, letting us have a quick chat with him. Let's talk to Hayden. Hayden, I heard you hit the wall.
I did hit the wall, Swiss. I did.
Did it slow you down some?
Well, I was 3/10 behind Lucas when I hit the wall. And when the caution came out, I was 1.4 seconds behind Lucas. So you could say it cost me some time.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit.
All right, well, he's worried about your long run speed, just so you know.
I'm worried about my long run speed too, so that's 2 of them.
All right, bud, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Neither Lucas nor Hayden too comfortable with Hayden's long run speed. Funny how that works sometimes. Pace car works off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. See Mike Edwards lined up in 3rd, Trenton Sneed 4th, Mike Chris in, well, Trenton Sneed is technically 5th, and Mike would be 4th. They're just kind of lollygagging on the outside line there. Blake Giglio worked his way up to 6th. Mighty impressive. Check these biggest movers one more time. Now he's up 17. Griffin Jones trying to follow him through. Griffin showing in 11th right now at a plus 14. Just how big these fields are. Ian Montrose, after that wreck, lost 15 spots. Finds himself in 21st. There goes the Ford Mustang pace car. We are set to restart. Hoytsma has control in the 8. Green flag back in the air as Hoytsma gets us launched. He's going to break free of Hayden Lowell immediately. Perks of being the leader there. Mike Chris going to take the outside advantage over Edwards. Mike Chris takes over 3rd. Edwards 4th. Giglio outside of Trenton Sneed trying to get the 5th spot away. Trenton got loose there coming off of turn number 2. That's going to give the spot to Giglio. Now Giglio's going to look inside. Mike Edwards try to get 4th. 16 cars just had a steady march towards the front. Oh, he got a little loose there, but he's hanging on to it so far. Back into that monster Camaro. Stepped out twice, going through 3 and 4. A tuck in just ahead of Mike Edwards. Takes over the 4th spot. Edwards back to 5th. Now we're single file quite a good ways through the field. Oh, Giglio got out of shape there. He got up into the outside wall. Blake coming off turn number 2. Just lost the handle of the 16 car. He cost him 4 spots back to 8th position now, just ahead of Ethan Evers. Don't see a whole lot of damage to it. Just had to gather it back in. Seems he got away with that one. Now he's going to have to charge back up through the field. So he works over Cleaver again for 7th. Like Trenton Sneed trying to get to the inside of Mike Edwards. Trenton's going to get there. Quinn Newton trying to follow him. I just love listening to the cars go by. Sounds so good. So Trenton takes over 4th. Oh, Quinn Newton goes around, and I believe that was off of his teammate's bumper. Oh, tight there, and then Montrose and Ferlizzo get together. Make the wreck bigger. Camera be able to avoid it that time, so we're trying to show you the one car spinning around. Just kept dropping down the running order so fast I couldn't pick him up. So up in the front, Newton goes around, and then this is the 1 in 55 as Newton's coming up the track. Ferlizzo loses it, gets into Montrose. I believe everyone avoids the 55 and 1, so that was a good job. Quinn Newton I'm pretty sure this is off of his teammate. Blake Giglio turns Quinn Newton down into 3. Newton locks it down to try and avoid getting tagged. Rolls at the last second to get off the track. Great job, really, by Newton there to not get destroyed. Everyone's going to be mostly okay after that. Let's see if we get any takers for fuel here. Looks like the 14's coming. No, he stays out. Jake Lawrence is going to come down. Brings the 12 of Sam Cole-Haas. 19, Jeff Price. He may have more damage to try and fix, or he might take the fast repair. We'll watch the 19 here. See what his team decides to do. Actually, it looks like he's already taken the fast repair. So his team decided to come back down last caution and fix up that car. This time just to top off on the tank. Newton in the 88. He's going to take some tires after that spin. 88 team putting tires on. He'll probably be not pleased that he had to burn a set of tires after getting turned from his teammate. He will head back out onto the track. Finds himself in 22nd position. Montrose's team still working on damage on that one car. It's like EJ Johnson. Yeah, he's got some right side damage on that 91. JR deals some right side damage. And then you saw Ferlizzo pulling out there. Ferlizzo involved in that last accident. Got into the back of the 1. So 3 cars sitting on pit road getting their cosmetics worked on. Don't look too bad of a shape. As long as you can keep that nose in good shape, everything else kind of follows in. Goes JR Deal down and away. Montrose down and away, so EJ is the only one still sitting there. Here come the leaders. He's going to have to get going if he wants to stay on the lead lap. And there he goes. Down and away for the 91. Yeah, Montrose has been in both wrecks so far. But he won the very first race of the season, so he, as long as he starts enough races, is locked into the playoffs. He doesn't have to worry about it too much. Get all the bad luck out now. Can't feel too bad for him in that situation. See if we got Mike Chris hanging out. We do. Mike, DG, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, sir, you're out there in the old Earnhardt scheme. Got to make that thing run good, so you're up into the 3rd spot. It looks like you're having a lot of fun out there. How's it going?
Yeah, this league's great, man. Unfortunately, I can't do it full time in this league, but I got off work early, saw it was Charlotte, one of my best tracks, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna give it a shot. And I think I might be just as fast as the 2 in front of me. So I think this can be fun if this goes, especially long run. I comparing my tires to Lucas, I had pretty good tires, so I think I can get up there.
Very good, very good. How long do you think it'll take you to get by him? You think it'll be a long run, or are you going to be on more of a short run?
Yeah,
speed?
I haven't really pushed a short run to see what I can do. I don't know that I'm bad on a short run, but I definitely think I'm better on the long run, which is typical Charlotte for me. So, see what happens.
CM Ford, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Mike Chris giving us a quick chat there. See if we can find Trenton. Everybody hanging out in chat today. I love it. Trenton, DG, got a copy?
So, would you consider a calzone a burrito or a taco?
The calzone is fully enclosed, so it would be more of a burrito.
Aha! All right, good. We were having that discussion.
I figured, so I just jumped right in, you know?
Yeah.
But yes, because it's fully enclosed, it would be more burrito-like.
Okay. I accept this answer.
So, A, what's your favorite flavor calzone? And B, how's the car?
A, just normal pizza and cheese, maybe some olives. B, a little on the tight side. I ran down Hayden, made one grand attempt to try and pass on the outside, and my right front tire just kind of completely gave out for the rest of the run.
Yikes. Well,
So that was... So
that's how the top side works.
Yeah, passing's gonna be a bit painful. I'm afraid.
Yeah, wait till they wear their stuff out and have to go up top, and then pass them down low.
That's kind of what I thought was happening, because I reeled him in. I was like, oh, has he burnt this stuff up? But then I tried to pass, and in return, in one corner, burnt all of my stuff up. So that was kind of weird.
Yep, yep. All right, sir, good luck.
Thank you.
Going back green here as the pace car dives off. Hoytsma and Lowell, your front row. Hoytsma get us going to the green flag here. Gets a great jump over Hayden. We'll see if the 3-car Mike Chris can sneak by Hayden here at the start. Not quite able to get alongside. Trenton settles for 4th. Then you have Giglio and Edwards side by side. Battle for 5th. It's Giglio trying to rebound from that big moment he had coming off of 2. Looks like he has some right front damage on that 16. So he maybe got more of the wall than we thought. Didn't notice that earlier, but definitely a little bit of right front nose damage on the 16. Might hinder his advancement. Edwards been loving that top side through 1 and 2. So now both of these cars catch Trenton Sneed and Mike Christopher. Oh, Trenton smacks the wall coming off of 4. That's going to allow Edwards to get to his inside. We'll see if Giglio can follow through. Trenton up against the fence on lap 39 coming out of 4. He's able to tuck back in between Giglio and Edwards. Now he's going to go back on the offense, so I guess it didn't hurt the car too bad. Get a shot up high, watching him come through the quad oval. Giglio gets to the inside of Sneed. That'll move Blake up into the top 5 as he gets by Trenton. Trenton probably trying to feel that car out after smacking the fence. Mike Chris closing back in on Hayden. Jump further back. We got Cody Cleaver 7th, Ethan Evers in the 8th spot. Max Swicegood 9th, just ahead of Griffin Jones as Swice gets the wall. A couple of Fords doing battle. At Air Force Ford. For Zach Swicegood catching the wall coming out of 4. Griffin Jones takes it to the bottom in his Fusion and gets by. Behind them you see Andrew Beach in the 71 Side Pipes Pontiac. Looks like Nick Hammer in the 11 just smacked the fence. Daniel Wallen trying to go to his outside. A couple of Labor 12 machines there. Keeping an eye on our scoring. Mike Edwards has Blake Giglio now right on that back bumper. Meanwhile, Andrew Beach and Swicegood battle for the last spot in the top 10. Beach up high. Swicegood forced to stay down low. Beach doesn't want to stay up there too long. You stay side by side on the top side, your tires can get burned up quickly, as you heard Trenton talking about in that interview. But Nick Hammer had an issue. His right side's all crinkled up now. I think he's been up against the fence in the 11 here. Yeah. It's ahead of Llewellyn and Newton here. Oh, someone in the back wrecked. Daniel Wallen ran right up underneath Nick Hammer going into the corner and just drove through him. Completely not okay. And who was that in the background we saw? Someone coming off of this corner here goes crazy. There's a red car, is that? Dan Robinson, maybe? No. Jake Lawrence? Someone forced it back. I can't find anybody. Not lose my mind. There's a red car going to the inside wall. Anyway. Lucas leads by almost a full second over this battle for the second place. It's Mike Chris running low. Hayden Lowell up by the wall. This gives Hayden more speed down the straightaway. Mike Chris shorter way around in the turns if you both run that way. But Hayden back down at the bottom in 1 and 2. Giglio's just gotten that 4 spot away from Mike Edwards. Now Edwards trying to cross him over. Nothing doing there. Watch Trenton Sneed now working over Mike Edwards for the 5th spot. About 20 laps since most of these cars have been to pit road. 14th, Quinn Newton. That is the highest car that came down last time, and of course he took 4 tires after getting spun in that incident, so he is the best tires and the best fuel at the moment. Rides 14th right behind Derek Watkins and Ira Kohlhaas. Tries to draw in on Watkins. Take over the 13th spot. Watkins up the track a little bit. See a little left front damage to that 41 car. Newton moves up into 13th. Edwards ahead of Sneed. You have Cleaver 7th. Griffin Jones up into the top 10. He's 8th. Ethan Evers 9th. You see Schweissgood and Beach side by side. That's for the last spot in the top 10. Oof. Schweiss almost had him cleared. I thought he might move up, but fortunately realized the 71 was there. Air Force Machine and the side pipes car. Appreciate you, Beta. Behind them, you see Quinn Newton trying to move up another spot. Working on Ira Kohlhaas. Newton gets that one done. Now starts to work on Andrew Beach as those new tires are starting to show up for the 88. He's got about 9 lap fresher tires than these guys he's racing. That'll put Newton up into 11th once he completes the pass on Beach. Beach hanging tough on that outside line. Say goodnight to the puppy. Things you do while broadcasting. Newton. Ever so slightly ahead. Now he has the 24 of Schweissgood just ahead. Falling back into this battle. Schweiss the last car in the top 10. Now Newton briefly clears Beach. He gassed it up trying to hang on, but he wasn't going to be able to hold that and not smack the wall. So Newton moves up into the 11th spot. See Ira Kohlhaas working over Andrew Beach for position. That is for 12th spot. Up ahead, Mike Chris giving Hayden Lowell a battle. Mike Chris gets to the inside of Hayden. Hayden hanging tough on that outside line. Mike Chris sails it in there, starts drifting up through the middle of 1 and 2. Hayden going to hang on to the spot. Blake Giglio trying to reel those guys in. He's 6/10 back of this battle. And Newton gets by Zach Schweissgood. He's up into the top 10 after that spin. brought out the last caution and up into 10th. Chris now trying to look to the outside. Mike Edwards, Trent Sneed, they still battle for 5th. Mike Chris going to shoot it down to the inside into 1 and 2 again. Weitzman is loving watching this battle. He's inching away out there in the lead. I believe this is our stage lap right here. I'm trying to do the math in my head real quick, but I'm sure. Yeah. Into this lap will be our stage. Give out bonus points to the top 10. You see Hoisman work his way into 3 and 4. Comes out of 4. To the line. Hoitzma will get the 10 points for halfway bonus points. Hayden, Mike Chris, Mike Edwards, Blake Giglio, Trenton Sneed, Cody Cleaver, Griffin Jones, Quinn Newton, and Zach Spicegood all grabbing halfway points there. Cody Cleaver up the track. Here comes Griffin Jones down low. Cleaver gets up into the fence. That's going to cost him 3 spots. Maybe more as he's going very slow in the front stretch. And here comes, I believe that was Mike Chris and Blake Giglio to pit road right as we pass the halfway points. So green flag pit stops underway. Lucas Hoisman yet to come down. Well done, Scott, dropping the manual pizza command. We watch to see if Lucas comes down this time by. It's like Schweissgood's peeled off the 24 team. The 41 Derek Watkins has come to pit road to service that Audi. Hoisman works his way down the backstretch. It's been 34 laps since he's been down pit road. Quinn Newton can go much longer. Quinn Newton in 6th. He can go another maybe 8-9 laps than our leader can. Weitzman stays out again. Hayden Law coming to pit road in the 67. Wow, the 53 Griffin Jones, he really cooked it. We'll have to see if he made it onto pit road legally. Saw him locking up at the line. Definitely getting everything he could. Andrew Beach on pit road, the 27 Dan Robinson Jr., 23 Daniel O'Wallen. And then, is that JR Deal back there? It is JR Deal. Number 9, Red and Blue Machine. Griffin Jones heads out, and 9 comes into his box. And Lucas Hoisma has come to pit road. Brings quite a few with him. Quinn Newton stays out as expected. Mike Edwards, Trenton Sneed on pit road. Ian Montrose out on track, stays out. Cleaver, Price, Hoitzma, Dave Hoitzma all on pit road as well. There's Dave. Just hands the lead over to Quinn Newton as the caution flies. Caution is out. What is it for? Looks like the 29 has an issue on the backstretch. It's behind Jake Lawrence here. Gets into the back of him, turns him. Jake Lawrence goes around off the front bumper of Kohlhaas, and that brought out our caution. That puts the 68 up against the fence and around backwards. Has to be frustrating for Jake. Jake was up in the top 10, had not pit yet. So that makes things interesting. as far as who scored on the lead lap and who is not. Lucas Huisma is scored on the lead lap as 10 other cars are all scored on the lead lap. Dave Huisma comes back down pit road in the 79. Quinn Newton, Blake Giglio, well, Blake's a lap down. Quinn Newton, then Ian Montrose, Sam Kohlhaas, Thomas Ferlizzo, EJ Johnson, Jake Lawrence, Lucas Huisma, Mike Edwards, Trenton Sneed, Dave Huisma. Those are the cars on the lead lap. Everyone else is trapped a lap down from Giglio back. They'll be behind the pace car and allowed to be taking the wave around here, as long as they're in front of any cars that come to pit road. Or cars that don't come to pit road, I should say. So Huisma obviously already made his service. Will stay out here. Huisma will take the lead of the race. Mike Edwards will be second. Trenton Sneed will be third. They all came down right when that yellow came out, so those drivers not needing to come back to pit road, they will stay out here. Cars that are set up to take a wave around include, and this is a long list, so bear with me, Blake Giglio, Cody Cleaver, Hayden Lull, Jeff Price, Ethan Evers, Griffin Jones, Andrew Beach, Zach Swicegood, Derek Watkins, Dan Robinson Jr., Daniel Llewellyn, Alex Reeling, J.R. Deal. All of those cars will be taking the wave around. Saw the 79 of Dave Huisma came to pit road, so he is not eligible for a wave around now. He will be one lap down. He will be the last car. Still running in this race. 23 cars in the lead lap. Dave Huisma one lap down. Ira Kohlhaas has retired in 25th. Nick Hammer retired 26th. And Adam Crozier out of the race in 27th. Alright, chat, what you got? That seemed to be a fortunate break for the top three. So there's not a whole lot of laps on their stuff. I look like Reeling coming to pit road. He was in position for a wave around to get on the lead lap. He has given that up and come to pit road in the 42. A little surprising. And here comes Reeling to his box. See right side damage to the 42. I don't know. I'm scratching my head on that one. Right in the middle of green flag stops we picked up. Unfortunate caution. Giglio on back, going to take a wave around here. This is going to be a real interesting one to go. I see a lot of cars take off. 12 cars will be storming around the field. So the cars that pitted here and took 4 tires are going to be in the best shape. Quinn Newton, Ian Montrose, Sam Kohlhaas, Jake Lawrence, Thomas Ferlizzo, EJ Johnson, Mike Chris. All those cars able to come down on this caution and get the best tires. It's only 2 lap difference to the 3 ahead of them, but sometimes that matters. It's not going to matter a whole lot, but it is something. So we wait for the lights to go out on the pace car and we watch the parade of wave arounds. It's going to look like an early restart. And here we go. Blake Giglio takes off to go catch the back of the field. And we'll see all these cars storming around the pace car or through the pace car, whatever they feel like. See some guys coming down to top off. Looks like Jake Lawrence has come down pit road. EJ Johnson as well, coming down, topping off the tanks. With the 1 to go, they'll still have to catch up in front of these wave rounds. So that'll be a lot of complaining about potential black flags. Hopefully admins are ready for that one. Field works their way out of turn number 2. So Huisma and Edwards your front row, Sneed, Newton 3rd and 4th, Montrose and Sam Kohlhaas in row number 3. You have Ferlizzo and Mike Chris. This Mike Blake Giglio, the first of the wave around, so line up 9th here, and they'll all be on the inside line. That's how it works for the wave around. So it'll be a bit of a mess. Looks like they extended it to let everybody get around since there were so many lap down cars. It's probably not a bad idea. Let everybody line up where they're supposed to be. Should get the lights out again. There we go. Yeah, I like that call from the admin there. Make the extra lap. Get the field a little bit more situated. Lined up properly. So Dave Hoytsman, Alex Reeling, by virtue of pitting there, have gone a lap down, are now scored 23rd and 24th. See the 42 dropping back. They'll be fighting for the lucky dog. 29 car is back on track. Currently 3 laps down. Get a hydration in here, you got it. You want me to get a Discord 26 in? You got it. See if you can do it while we're on the backstretch. I got you. Cody, what's up, man? How are you? Mr. Cody Brown. Getting ready to restart this one. Coming to start lap 69. It's the nice lap. Pace car heads off, and here we go. 2 very long green flag runs. Edwards heading to Vegas in the morning. I am jealous. Hoytsman gets a huge jump on Edwards. Trenton Sneed's kind of try to follow through for second as Edwards was caught napping. Comes Newton to the inside of Edwards. Edwards might lose 2 spots here on the restart. Nice. Newton still alongside Edwards. Edwards trying to power back by on the outside. Newton keeps the bumper there. Newton got out of shape. The 88 wobbling back and forth, able to save it and not hit anything, but gives up the fight for third. And now Edwards trying to take second away from the 81 of Trenton Sneed. Edwards using that false hope of the high line, going to burn his tires up. He don't care. Edwards up to second. Blake Giglio gets by Thomas Ferlizzo. He's back in this mess. He had to take the wave around. So now he has to rebound back towards the front of the field. He's on the outside. See Hayden Lowell's up there with him. Kohlhaas holds the bottom. Giglio may have tagged the wall there lightly. Didn't slow him down any. Monster Chevy heading towards the front. He's running down Mike Chris. Mike Chris has a bit fresher tire. Well, more recent pit stop. I don't know about tire freshness. Oh, the 16's big sideways, as is the 67. Hayden, our pole sitter, going for a ride down the backstretch. He saves it. A little bit of left side damage to the 67 after that. He just brushed the fence, just kind of door banged it. Oh, who's out ahead? That's the 71 of Andrew Beach. Derek Watkins gets involved. How did Beach go around? Swicegood gets in the back of Andrew Beach, turns him around. Up ahead, there was another incident. Can't tell who that was. Jeff Price, Thomas Ferlizzo looks like the 19. So a bunch of stacking up here. See if we can track down Jeff Price in the 19. See him ahead of the 55 of Ferlizzo. Price back in, starts to come around. He fishtails it. Ferlizzo can't stay out of the back of him, turns him around. And behind them, you see all the calamity. The 71, Andrew Beach getting collected. Derek Watkins, nowhere to go. See who else was involved here. Hayden Lowell. I wonder if Dan Robinson made it through for once. He's had a rough time avoiding these tonight. I think he gets down on the apron and does avoid it. We're back under. Whoa. This is just jumping wherever it wants to now. Back under caution. I want to go find the 27 working his way through that. So I think this will be interesting. That is Trenton Sneed somehow. Just jumping wherever it wants to. Oh my gosh. Parts flying everywhere, smoke's all you can see. Gets it slowed down and on the apron and able to not hit anything that time, so good job there, Mr. Robinson. Let's watch it a little further back. You'll see the 19 way up ahead get loose, and then all these cars stack up right there. And then Beach checked up. He didn't have anywhere to go. Gets right in the back of. Some people saw the wreck and some didn't, so some started checking up. Others were still full throttle, and it created a mess coming off of 4. Dan's like, I survived. Yeah, he made it through that one. Mike Edwards is suddenly leading as many people pit. Lucas Hoitzman down and away. Showing Hoitzman took tires here. 26 Ethan Evers comes off behind Hoitzman. And there goes the 67 and the 9. So strategy is being played here. Why was Hayden so far back? Because he was taking the wave around. Hayden had to take a wave around after the caution came out mid-green flag pit cycle.
Middle back.
Drivers, how many sets of tires did we get tonight? I need to know. 6 sets of tires? What? You gotta be kidding me, right? Has to be a typo. 5 sets plus the one on the car, so they could come down all the time and take tires from here and out pretty much. That's an insane amount of sets. It's like it's not even limited. You don't think you can pit enough to take that many tires. Alright, let's reset it. Mike Edwards leads staying out here. The top 9 cars have stayed out under this caution. Mike Edwards, Trenton Sneed will be your front row. Quinn Newton, Ian Montrose 3rd and 4th. Then you have Mike Chris and Blake Giglio. The 2 of Cody Cleaver, the 12 Sam Kohlhaas, and the 9 of Dan Robinson. Then you have the cars that pit, which include Lucas Hoitzma, Ethan Evers, Hayden Lull, J.R. Deal, Thomas Ferlizzo, Jake Lawrence, Andrew Beach. Of course, a lot of these cars swept up in the wreck there, taking extended pit stops so they can get their cars worked on. Beach's car looking pretty decent shape after what it just went through. Light's still on the pace car, so let's check our quick repair, see who's got them, who's burned them. Edwards and Sneed still have them available, as does Mike Chris Cleaver, Kohlhaas, Lucas Hoitzma, Thomas Ferlizzo, Jake Lawrence, Andrew Beach. The 91 of E.J. Johnson, 41 Derek Watkins still has his. Daniel Llewellyn, so quite a few cars still have them, despite how big that wreck was. A little surprising. Griffin Jones, Jeff Price out of the race. They will finish 23rd and 24th. Jeff Price had some rough luck here. See if we can get a green flag run in here. That would be great. Lights out on our Ford Mustang pace car. Field works their way down the backstretch. See Lucas Hoitzma being the oddball, being down in that 3rd lane. What a time to be on iRacing. Yeah, I heard about the fuel crunch in Street Socks last night. Trenton won that one. Now he finds himself in the outside front row for the restart. Pace car is off, and here we go. Green, 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 green. Mike Edwards leads us to the green flag. Trenton Sneed settles in 2nd, see if he can get down in front of Newton before Newton gets to his door. Trenton jumping to the outside of Edwards, taking a peek. Not quite alongside. Montrose probably about to lose the 4 spot to Giglio. It's Giglio making his way forward. As Trenton's, oh my gosh, Quinn Newton, way out of shape.
I need some shorts.
It's the 88 driver reporting he needs
Wow,
to change the shorts.
Sorry, dude. My bad.
Wow. Quinn Newton hangs on to it. Now he has to fight Blake Giglio for his efforts. 3 of Mike Chris gets by Montrose. Montrose falls to 6th. Now Cody Cleaver looking inside his teammate. Blake Giglio is still fighting Quinn Newton. Cars all jumping out of shape down the backstretch here. Oh, Cody Cleaver drifting up the track. Montrose heads up, moves up a bit. Those two able to navigate and not hit each other. As we continue to watch Giglio trying to work over Newton. This is for the 3rd spot. Also keeping an eye on Lucas Hoisma. He's still in 10th. Hayden Lowell just ahead of him. Hayden has the same strategy as far as tires go, so 9th position where we keep an eye on the running board.
Good save.
Newton probably burning his stuff up a bit up there on the top lane. And Giglio finally clears Trenton Sneed, riding right on the back of Edwards. Edwards not wanting to give up the lead. 35 laps remain from Charlotte. Here comes Giglio, closing in on the lead duo of Edwards and Sneed. Giglio way up the track. Straighten it out coming off for turn 2. Try to get a run on the 81 of Trenton Sneed just ahead.
I'm super fucking loose. Just go to the inside.
Andrew Beach talking about how loose his car is.
Right side down. I help while fight.
Watch this battle in the top 3. Hear the tires sliding for the 16. Just trying to use that high side to get an advantage over the 81. And it's fun to watch from this angle. Just jump on board Mike Edwards and look back. It's Blake Giglio trying to get to the outside of Trenton. I think he's going to keep working that top side until he does. I don't think he liked being stuck down low on Quinn. So Mike Edwards leads in the 14. Lucas Hoytza, Hayden Lowell up to 7th and 8th right now. They have fresher tires than the rest of the top 10. You see Quinn Newton all the way up to the outside wall. The website on your screen, dgsracing.com. That's where you can go to find out more information about these leagues you're watching. Trenton hanging in there in second, trying to hold off Giglio, trying to find a way by Edwards. Top 5 got a little bit of a gap over new 6th place Hayden Lowell. So they're up to 6th and 7th are Hayden and Lucas. Quinn Newton gets inside teammate Blake Giglio. Hayden trying to hold off Lucas. Lucas all over him. They know they have the best cars of anyone in the top 10 right now. Just have some traffic to navigate as Hayden's closed in on the back of Mike Chris.
Be ready, I'm pitting this time, pitting this time, pitting this time.
24 coming to pit road. Oh my gosh, big checkup right in front of our leaders. Hayden gets contacted by Lucas Hoisman into the outside wall. That'll bring out the yellow. Big,
I had no idea what was going on. I think it neck coated you too.
big stack up there.
No, it's all good. They were stacking up in front of me, and I got into the back of Michael. I don't know.
Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm sorry again.
So Hayden had one of the best cars there, and then all of a sudden, just like that, that strategy goes out the window. You see the 88 checks up, the 16 checks up, 3 checks up, 67 checks up, and then the 8 just not quick enough to check up.
Looks like Blake checked up for Quinn, and Michael checked up for Blake, and I got into the back of Michael, which caused me to check up, and you get into the back of me.
Quite a mess. We're back under caution here. And everybody hitting pit road. I do mean everybody. They got all kinds of sets of tires. They're going to come use them. That is a lot of cars pitting at the same time. Watch the pit lane, see who wins the race off. Have to imagine everyone's taking 4 tires since they got so many sets of tires. Lucas down and away, first one. Took a 2-tire strategy on that 8 car. Gets the track position. We'll see how that works out. Unfortunately, it looks like Hayden's already used a fast repair. That car heavily damaged. See quite a few on pit road taking damage repair. Let's look up and down the pit road here. There's Hayden. Lots of damage from that machine. 42. Yeah, he's got some right side damage getting repaired. Saw Andrew Beach go by. You know, he had some light contact on that right side to repair. EJ Johnson's still working on that right front. Blake Giglio, he has a right side to work on now. Giglio, such a strong car most of the race. And you have Ira Kohlhaas, 22nd. Showing currently 2 laps down. He was 3, so we keep this caution fest up. He actually has a chance to get back on the lead lap and make up some spots. As long as he can keep that 29 clean. So Lucas with the 2-tire call. Let's jump in and see what his thoughts are. Lucas, TG, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, we noticed you took a 2-tire stop here. How do you think the car is going to handle when you get back racing?
Well, I took rights, so I think it's going to be a little looser than it was, but track's really cool now, sunset, so really cool track temperatures. Should be a little tighter due to the weather, so I'm hoping it'll even out. And I know I needed to get track position there. I had newer tires already than those guys, so I figured I'd take my rights and get the track position and try to hold them off as best I can. So, you know, I got a set left in the pits. Hopefully we can go green for a little bit and we don't start going down and taking tires every 10 laps, because that really perfect. But yeah, here's hoping that it goes well.
10-4. Good luck to you, sir.
Thanks, bud.
Lucas Hoisman giving his thoughts on those 2 right side tires he's picked up here. Saying the track's cooled down and there wasn't that many laps on the left, so he said why not? Rolled the dice a little bit. We'll see if he can hang on to it. He expects it to be looser, and we've already seen lots of cars struggling on that corner exit, especially of 2, with the looseness. Mike Edwards finds himself in 2nd. Trenton Sneed 3rd. Let's go talk to Michael. Haven't talked to him this race. Mike, DG, got a copy?
Hello.
Hello. Well, you're the first car off pit road with 4 fresh tires. You led a while there. How's it feeling in the old 14 patriotic machine?
Feels smooth. I got some long run speed for once. Was hoping it would go green that last run, but we'll see. Did what did Lucas do? Take 2 there?
Yep.
Huh. Interesting. I don't know.
Two
Might
right
work.
side tires. He says it's going to be kind of loose, but he thinks the track's tightened up, so we'll see.
It feels a little bit tighter, but not too much. There's no telling. But Lucas is good at one of these things, so we'll see.
He's also good at driving a car sideways, so you know.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, bud. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Mike Edwards in the 14th. Talk to our 2 front row cars there. Hi, Trenton.
Hello.
I talked to Michael and Lucas. Figured I'd come talk to you, just so you know your fans don't, pitchfork and fire me or anything.
Uh,
How are you feeling on those 2 tires ahead of you, Lucas Weissel? You think you're going to have to avoid him a little bit, or you think he's going to have speed?
It's Lucas.
It's true, but it's also 2 tires on iRacing.
It's Lucas.
It's 2 tires on iRacing.
With the nickname of Cheat Codes.
Okay, so it's 4 tires for Lucas. I get you.
Yeah. It's 6 tires for Lucas.
Perfect. All right, sir. Good luck.
Thank you.
I love these leagues. So much fun. Pace cars off. Here we go. Lucas Hoyto, Mike Edwards on the front row. See if Edwards a little more alert this time on the start. Gets caught napping again. Trenton Sneed's going to take over second. Edwards struggling in the 14. He's going to drop down in front of his teammate in the 26. These 2 Cave RP cars on the inside of Quinn Newton. Top 2 have driven away. Ethan Evers up to the 4 spot, working on Quinn Newton. Behind them, you have Montrose and the 2 of Cleaver. Those are teammates, the 1 and 2. Newton, a little wobble there on the high side, but he keeps his foot in it. Cody Cleaver bounces off the wall on 4. Corner exit. It's going to back him off of that battle ahead of him. Is Newton going to use that top line to take over the 4th spot? Top. Hell, Evers goes around, I believe, off the nose of the 2. Caution back out for the 6th time this race. All the 12 of Cole Halls get spit out of the field and then back up the track.
Damn! Hold your brakes! Hold your brakes! Hold them!
Who was that? Who's got a car number?
It was 12.
Well, it was the 12 spinning. But he spun after the yellow came out, so I'm not sure what happened.
He went off the front bumper of the 41, it looks like.
Hey, car back.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he came down the track across the nose of the 41, spins himself basically to the inside. That's why he just I think he takes a toe right at the perfect time. He's coming back up the track and then disappears to the pit lane. So we're going to have to watch what happens to Reeling.
Appreciate you wrecking me on pit road, that was cool.
Reeling gets a little bit of contact. Was that for Lizzo piling in there? Up the track he comes right into him. Yeah, a little bit of contact. It repaired itself, which is odd. I don't know if the game thinks the toe worked or what. We saw the 55 tag the wall, then suddenly the hood fixed itself.
Look, if I'm not even gonna lie, you had me. I was literally about to go, what in the hell? Am I almost out of gas?
What? Did Jake Lawrence hit pit road? The top 12 cars stay out here. Everyone else hits pit road. Hayden, one of those. Ethan Evers, we saw him get spun. 26 car was up to 4th. Let's go back and watch that original wreck. Brought out the yellow. I believe there was contact between him and maybe the 2. Yeah, the car snaps around way too quick for that to be just a looseness. I think he had some help. Let's ride with the 2 car here. Yeah, a little bit of contact. Let's see, Evers down low. He's bobbling. 26 was loose. Comes up the track, still loose. Chill trying to hang on to it, and then Cleaver nowhere to go. Right into the back of him. Around goes Evers. So Evers was struggling to hang on to it on that bottom line, a little loose. And Cleaver, not having that issue, gets into the back of him as he picked up the throttle. Game of inches, and sometimes that's all it takes. Waitsma, your leader. Sneed second. Michael Edwards third. Quinn Newton fourth. Cody Cleaver fifth. It's a game of 3 inches, according to beta. I showed you the replay, Hayden. Do you need another replay? 12 Turns down across the nose of the 41. Spins himself to the inside. Doesn't hold a brake very good. Slides back up the track into the 42. And the 55. I don't know what happened on pit road. I don't even know who that was. It says wrecking on pit road. Blake Giglio's fallen out of the race. He'll finish 22nd tonight. Hayden will back down pit road. Still trying to work on that Napa Ford. Still in the lead lap, but that car is in rough shape. For Lizzo, some left side damage after that car didn't hold the brake, came back up the tracks. Light's still on a pace car. Let's see if we can go have a chat with Quinn.
I'm gonna take a stop here.
Quinn, DG, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
I pulled the wrong 88 for a second.
Oh, that's okay.
How's it going? Up there in the 4th spot? Got a good view of
we're
everything?
Yeah, we're just having a good time up here. Mike's a little upsetty spaghetti. I mean, probably deservedly so. So if he gets up to me, I don't expect to finish this race here. But, you know, Blake spun me earlier. So, you know, him and I had to just race each other hard like we always do.
Yeah, and you're still going and Blake's, you know, behind the wall. So there's that.
But, you know, that might be my fault a little bit. I slid up in front of him and
Sorry about that,
maybe
Cody.
wrecked
I
a
don't
few
know if I did
cars
that,
on the
but,
process.
A few checkups there, yeah, you know, it happens.
It happens, I guess.
All right, we got half a lap. How do you feel about trying to get your Labor 12 Chevy up to the front?
Lucas is really fast. I got no shot.
Well, he's got 2 tires and you got 4, so there is that.
There is that, yeah, and we'll see if maybe we can get a caution here with, you know, maybe 10 to go or something. If we pit for tires, we'll see kind of where we're at there. So we'll see what happens.
10-4. Good luck, sir.
Appreciate it.
Quinn Newton in the 88, right in the 4th spot. Leader's chosen top here, Lucas Hoytsma. Top lane ahead of his teammate. They'll probably count down the restart here, and that'll give the 88 an advantage over the 14 and maybe even the 81 to try and take over the 2nd spot, but he'll definitely take over 3rd. Behind them, you have the Blockbuster all row number 3, the 1 and 2. Montrose and Cleaver. You have JR Deal up into the top 10, Dan Robinson, Zach Swicegood, and Derek Watkins. Green flag back in the air as Hoytsma gets the great jump there. Newton does indeed get away from Edwards and alongside the 81 of Trenton Sneed. We'll see if 88 tucks in between those two or if he tries to take over 2nd. It's like Trenton drives it in there deep. Quinn Newton going to have to settle for 3rd either way.
Get a black clear passing under yellow, but I didn't pass anybody.
No, you can't. Cody Cleaver dealing with Ian Montrose all over his back bumper. JR Deal looks on in the 9. Strong run for the 9 team this week. Johnny Outlaw in the 7th position. We quickly get single file here. Edwards still trying to run that 2nd line. Newton got a bit out of shape, but Edwards cut to the inside. He does. Just how far along can he get? Keeps Newton off the bottom, but Newton's been strong in that 2nd line. Go through the dog leg here. Drop down into 1. Edwards side by side with Newton. Gets tight coming off the 2 here. We'll see. Edwards can keep the power down. That's usually the struggle spot. Looks like he's dropping back. Edwards will stay in the 4th position. We have Cleaver, Montrose, and then JR, and this wad of cars. Swicegood gets loose in the 24, hangs on to it. Now Robinson's loose in the 27. These cars not handling very great, but these drivers are doing a hell of a job hanging on to them. I move Swice up into 8th as Robinson's going to fall to the back end of the top 10. Mike Chris up to 9th. You heard Newton say if the 3 can catch the 88, it might not go so great. Now these guys single file. Mike Edwards down at the top side of Quinn Newton. Couldn't get it done down low. Jumps to the high side. Looks like he might get it done coming off of turn 4 through the high side. Nice job. Edwards moves up to 3rd. He's a second back of Lucas and Trenton. 15 to go. We'll see if Mikey can run him down. Further back, you got Beach and Robinson. That's a battle for the last spot in the top 10. Jake Lawrence right there in the 68. I haven't called his name too much today up towards the top 10, but here he is trying to get his way in there. Ethan Evers 13th. Mike Chris gets by Spice Good. That moves him up to 8th. Now he sets off after J.R. Deal in the 9. He's catching him in a hurry. J.R. Deal up the track a bit. Here comes the 3. That battle over before we could even really talk about it. There's the last spot in the top 10 battle once again. Robinson has it in the 27. 71 of Beach wants it. You have Ethan Evers, Jake Lawrence, Derek Watkins. Throw a blanket over this handful of cars. Robinson gets to the bottom ahead of Beach. Evers works that top side over the 68 of Lawrence. Gets a run down the backstretch, but then he runs into the 88 or 71. It's a Dale Jr. paint scheme, but it's on a 71 car. It gets tricky. Oh, Beach a little sideways there. Side by side with Evers coming off turn 4. Up ahead, Quinn Newton, Mike Edwards battle for that 3rd position. Newton's able to get back to the inside of Edwards. Edwards still fighting him on that high side. Looks like Newton's going to be very close to clearing, but not quite. Edwards keeps the nose there on the outside. Keeps the 88 pinned down. Out front, it's Hoitzman with a half-second over Trenton Sneed. Then Mike Edwards and Quinn Newton in this battle for 3rd. Newton got a little out of shape coming off a 2. Saw the back end kick out. He's trying to keep the nose there as Edwards cuts right down on him. I think Quinn cut him a little bit of a break there. Edwards took that one by force. Said, I am coming down. Edwards hangs on to 3rd for now. Quinn Newton not letting him get too far away as the cautions back out. Looks like Jake Lawrence is on pit road. Beach has some damage. Trying to find this 71 where he may have picked up this damage from. Well, there's a wad in front of him. 26, the 9, 27. And then Andrew Beach finishes off the 26. Ethan Evers just no luck this season. No luck at all. See him all the way down the blue line. Robinson tries to stick it 3 wide. Evers does not know that. Comes up the track expecting the 9 to be where he has to get and not thinking the 27 would be there. The 27 was seeing a hole and going for it, and they meet in the middle, causes a rather sizable accident. Let's watch that from the 71 car. You see the 27 try to cut under the 9 and drive in that gap. 26 has no idea. And Andrew Beach gets the car in his lap. Ethan Evers out of the race will finish in the 21st position. Ethan with the resub. Sorry about your luck, buddy. You've had some rough luck. And here comes the field back down pit road with 9 to go. Looks like just about everybody coming to get those 4 tires. And we'll watch the race off pit road. Does anybody try a Lucas and go for 2 tires here? Be interesting to see. Lucas did very well with it. Trenton's down and away. Trenton's going for it, I think. Trenton, Quinn Newton, the 2, the 1. Lucas is going to be well back in traffic. It looks like 5 cars have gone with 2 tires. Lucas actually beat one of them out of pit road. Wow. So this just got interesting. Trenton, 2 tires, leads the race. Quinn Newton, 2 tires in second. Cody Cleaver, 2 tires in 3rd. Ian Montrose, 2 tires in 4th. Lucas Hoisman, the 4 tires in 5th. Lucas is going to have some work to do. He showed everybody how 2 tires could work to get the track position, and then they all used it against him. Derek Watkins also took 2 tires in 6th. Mike Edwards, 4 tires 7th. Swice, 4 tires in 8th. Mike Chris, 4 tires. Maybe he's 8th and Swice is 9th. Who knows? Andrew Beach, 4 tires, a quick repair it looks like, and he is in the 10th position. Thomas Ferlizzo, looks like 13 seconds. I'm not sure. That's enough for 4 tires. I'm not sure what Ferlizzo got there. He was on and off pit road. Daniel Llewellyn, 4 tires in 12th. Here comes Ira Kohlhaas. That Dale Senior scheme. Alex Reeling putt-putting down the front straightaway. Look how high the nose of that car is. Quite a lot of damage to that 42. And here goes Dan Robinson Jr. in the 27. If anyone still has quick repairs, I'll be shocked, but let's look. I think Lucas might. Trenton does, Cleaver does, Lucas does, Edwards does, Llewellyn, Kohlhaas, Johnson all still have fast repairs. There's a few cars out there. More than I thought there was. Alright, 7 to go. The field is jumbled up. Go ahead, chat. Drop your numbers in chat. Who do you think is going to win this? Obviously, the 12 and 68 are waiver rounds. The leader is the 81 of Trenton Sneed on 2 tires. Lights are still on the pace car, so we'll have at least 2 more laps of pacing. So 5 or less to go when we get restarted. It's going to get interesting. Quinn Newton, second 88 car, is 2 tires. Cody Cleaver, 2 tires. Ian Montrose, 2 tires. Lucas Hoisman, the first car on 4, back in 5th. Watkins, also 2 tires. And then Mike Edwards, Mike Chris, Swicegood, Beach for Lizzo, all on 4 tires. Maybe not for Lizzo. But the rest of the top 10, all on 4 tires. You saw Hoisman in the 8 car there hold off the field on 2 tires, but not everyone is Lucas Hoisman. Johnny Outlaw with the well. Yeah, you find yourself in 20th, and we're running good there, JR. It's just things went bad when people tried to go 3 wide and didn't know they were going 3 wide. Like, I don't think Ethan knew the 27's nose was there. How many we start with? 27? Yeah, 27 cars started. You did give him the whole track. Unfortunately, I don't think the 26 knew that the 27's nose was there. Like if I was driving that 26, I never would have known the 27's nose was in there. I would have been judging my distance off of you in the 9. I would not have expected 27's nose to be there. Pace car going into 3 and 4. Will be 5 to go when we get to the stripe. C2X and Trenton Sneed lead. Low drag CTC, EXT, whatever you want to call them, in second. A couple of blockbuster cars 3rd and 4th. Trenton gets the restart here. Clears Quinn Newton easily. Lucas Hoisman already up to 4th, all over the back of the 2, trying to find any way around he can. Oh, the 2's going to drift up. That's going to give Lucas the bottom. Hoist is going to say thank you very much and clear the 2 here at the end of the backstretch, I am sure. 14 of Edwards pushing the 2 along. And that clears Hoisman of the 2 as the 2. Cleaver gets out of shape and up into the outside wall. He hangs on to it. We stay green. These 2 cars trying to run down Trenton, but they got to get by Quinn Newton first. 4 laps to go from Charlotte. Look at the speed of that 8 car as he closes in on Quinn Newton. Oh, he gets out of shape. Doesn't matter. Still fast. Quinn's going to get to the inside of Quinn Newton, take over second. Now Trenton sees that 8 car in his mirror. As we look back, Quinn Newton's out of shape in the 88. Is he going to hang on to it, or are we going to get another caution? Big hit. Quinn Newton's car went up in the air, and that is our answer. Caution comes out. Quinn Newton got hammered. There's Hayden Lowell getting a piece of him as 88 rolls. Oh, there's contact from the 14. Let's see if we can watch that again. Edwards just misjudged it. Gets in the back of the 88, turns him through the dog leg. Quinn almost saves that. And then, bam, the 2. Cleaver, 91 of Johnson, 23 of Llewellyn. Then Hayden Lowell right there at the end. E.J. Johnson went upside down. Oh my gosh. Let's watch this one from the 91. See up ahead. Oh man, Daniel Llewellyn gets him underneath of him. Sends the Honeybee racing car into the grass upside down. Attrition is stacking up quickly all of a sudden. Daniel just had no idea what was coming. Right on board one more time. They're so far behind the wreck you can hardly see the cars. You see Newton way up ahead doing the little tank slappers. And all of a sudden up into the fence and then boom! Llewellyn gets some race car in a lap. Dang. Oh, now we go into overtime. And Lucas Hoitzman is going to be right there on Trenton's bumper. I want to interview him, but I don't want to interview him. And I'm talking about first and second. I don't want to be the broadcaster jinx. Just go let him race. The nerves have got to be high. Trenton trying to hold off one of the best in the business, Lucas Hoitzma. 2-time ARCA champion. Champion of just about every league we have. I don't know. My nerves are shot. Not even in this race. Alright, let's do it. Hi, Trenton.
Hi.
Alright, how do you hold off the 8 car?
Good freaking question.
What's your plan? Just run like hell and hope for the best?
That's the only thing I can do.
Stand 4. You go take the top or the bottom?
I'm thinking, I don't know.
Ethan in chat says take top. I don't know what you want to do with that. But
Do what?
Ethan in chat said take top. I don't know what you want to do with that. Do with that what you may. Mike says no, what the F? Cody says top.
I don't know.
It's two votes top, 1 vote bottom.
I want the one that'll get me a win.
Johnny Outlaw says top. Lucas says top with a winky face. He's in second, so do with that what you may.
I know, because Lucas and Michael, everyone behind me has 4 tires. So I don't know. They're going to have the grit. I took 2 tires because Lucas took 2 tires and hauled ass.
Yup, I figured that was everyone. Like 5 of you took 2 tires there.
Yeah, because Lucas took 2, made it work. It's like, okay, he can't take 2 again. He has to take 4, so I'm going to take 2.
You're right. Got you out front. And then that caution had to happen.
Yeah, I was, like I said, I was confident, but I thought I could maybe hold him off if it went green for those 3 laps. But now
He's right there.
I don't know.
Your best bet is for Lucas and Michael to battle, I guess.
Oh, I know. I know.
There's people in chat talking about things that I have no idea what they are. Ethan says top and squeeze the F out of them.
I'll stay down here.
Good luck.
Oh, God.
Poor Trenton. Hi, Lucas.
Hi.
Hi. We were having fun with Trenton there. Figured we'd come have fun with you a little bit too. So if you're leading the race, which he's already chosen bottom, so it doesn't matter what you say now. Which one would you have taken?
I would have taken bottom. I would not want to leave the door open. If he had taken the top and given me the bottom, I could have easily kept second and ran up to him. Now I got Mike Edwards sitting in third. He could stick his nose in there and hold me up from getting to the 81 and make his own run. So it's definitely the best move to go to the bottom.
Have you seen Mike's restarts tonight, though? They've been terrible.
Mine haven't been the best either, so it might be pretty even here.
Most of yours have been from the lead, so it hasn't mattered.
Yeah, I don't have much practice back here.
All right, bud. Good luck.
All right, thanks, Matt.
Quick chats with Trent Sneed and Lucas Hoytsma on the front row here. What other sport do you get to do that right before a big overtime? Drivers on the track, getting an interview with them. Much fun. Pace car is off. Trenton has the control. When does he decide to go? Right there. Trenton gasses it up. Edwards, not a good restart again. Hoytsma going to have it cleared. So Mike didn't do Trenton any favors. Mike Chris gets to the outside of Edwards. He's probably going to take over the third spot. The battle is on for the lead. Luke is closing in quickly on Trenton. Trenton going to try to do everything he can, but I don't know what he can do. Lucas gets right up to his back bumper trying to get him loose. Trenton trying to hang on to it, give him no space. Behind him, the race is great for third right now, but we're watching this battle for the lead as the white flag's in the air. Lucas going to drive it to the top, try to get to the top side. He's there. Trenton's going to have to pinch it down off too. This could be the race. Side by side, down the backstretch they go for the lead. Trenton's going to have to drive it in here deep and hope for the best, because Lucas is going to have a hell of a run off the corner. Trenton, get him. Trenton bangs the door of him, but not going to be enough. Lucas Hoytsma wins the race. Trenton Sneed brings it home second. Dead heat for third. Looks like Mike Edwards picks it up just barely over Mike Chris. Andrew Beach brings home a top 5 after being in the air not long ago. Zach Swicegood 6th, Ian Montrose 7th, Watkins in 8th, Robinson 9th, and Jake Lawrence brings home a top 10. That was a fascinating race. Man, oh man, Trenton just couldn't hold him off with those 2 tires once he got that green-white checker, and Lucas Hoytsma picks up yet another victory, winning his all-time driver in Sidewinder. Luke is going to come do a burnout here. Lucas burning it down. If we could get the top 3 to the waiting room, Mike Edwards, Trenton Sneed, and Lucas Hoytsma. See T. Waddy doing burnouts. There's Daniel Llewellyn doing a burnout. We just do what we want at Sidewinder. It's kind of how we roll. I think I'm going to have to pull Mike myself. Michael.
Hi.
Hi. We brought it home third tonight. How was it out there? Looked like a lot of fun.
That was fun. Yeah, I'm mad I couldn't get it done. Those restarts were terrible.
Yeah, he
I don't know
struggled a
what
bit
it was.
tonight.
I tried second gear, tried first gear, and it's just second to third was just awful.
I noticed that tonight. You're just struggling a bit on the restarts. It was very strange to see that. Normally you're very strong at Charlotte.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I wasn't spinning. I wasn't over revving it, under revving it. I don't know.
Weird. We'll have to go back and look at the tape. Figure it out.
Yeah, apparently.
All right, bud. Congrats on the strong third place finish. Go ahead and hit me with those friends, family, and sponsors shout outs tonight.
Oh boy, we got a lot. Yeah, KVRP, Fort Worth Screen Printing, Outrun, Labor 12, EPI, Autism Awareness. Am I missing any? Outrun.
Nope, sounds good to me.
Yeah, and you for making this beautiful paint. You know, ARCA. Uh, yeah, nice one for Lucas. Nice strategy for Trenton. Could have worked there. Thanks to Mike Chris for racing me clean there. And sorry for getting in the Quinn there. Yeah, gotta love these ARCA cars and their lovely push and damage models and everything else. And I see Neo's back too. So
I mean, there's a whole chain. You got Quinn. Quinn got Blake. I forgot who Blake got, but there's a whole chain, so you can't feel too bad.
yeah, you never want to get into somebody, but it is what it is sometimes, I guess. But,
True.
Yeah, pretty clean race. It was fun.
10-4. All right, bud.
I should
We'll
sub to you again. So Merry Christmas.
appreciate you, buddy. All right, let's let you get on out of here and enjoy your third place. We'll see you next week.
Going to sleep. Have a good night.
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 Mike Edwards bringing it home in third tonight. Let's go grab the 81 car of Trenton Sneed, if we can find him, because he's not in the waiting room like a good boy. Trenton, DG, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
God, you're never in the waiting room. I always have to do the work for you.
I'm in VR.
And congrats on the second place finish tonight, and just not quite enough to hang on with Lucas on those 4 tires there. Did you think about maybe pushing him up against that fence, or are you just happy to finish second?
Oh, don't get me wrong. Second sucks. My heart's shattered. I was thinking, damn, I might actually get one without complete BS. But no, I don't race like that. Contact was made off of 4. Or I think I was trying to hold as shallow and as close as I could, and he went to angle in the dog leg, and we unfortunately just kind of met in the middle there, and that just about completely killed me. But yeah.
Still bring it home second tonight. Still a strong run. You had a lot of fans in chat. That's what matters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, hit me with those friends, family, and sponsor shoutouts, and don't forget anybody in chat.
Thanks everyone in chat. My family for watching. C2X Beach. He finally got up, I think, in the top 5 after getting killed most of the night. Jeff had rotten luck. His computer has been crapping the bed, and he's been having stutters the entire about month and a half. Adam, D. Waddy, Cliff, Nathan Lafayette, Train Technologies, Sneed Tombstone Game Farm, STC Imperium Racing, BCR Sim Products, you for broadcasting, and yeah.
You didn't mention Corvette.
Yeah, I guess it is kind of funny. A C5 or a C4 Corvette managed to get second.
It's quite funny. All right, bud. Congrats on the strong run. Sorry it wasn't one spot better, but we'll talk to you next week and see if you can't do one spot better next week.
I'm about used to it. I think last night's all the luck I had.
Well, hey, winning's winning.
True.
All right, bud. Congrats, and we'll see you next week.
Flip.
Trent Sneed brings it home in second. Obviously disappointed as Hoisma beats him back to the line here. Let's go grab Lucas. Luke, DG, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, sir, you're able to just get by Trenton there through 3 and 4 on the final corner. Man, oh man, that was an exciting race. Did you think you had him early on, or was it just kind of up in the air all the way through?
Well, before that last caution came out, when we went green, I think with like 5 to go, I knew there was very little chance I'd be able to get to him, and I think it would have been his race to win if it had gone green. But then that caution came out, it allowed me to get up to second and start up next to him. And then I got one of the best restarts I've had all night. I timed that almost perfectly. I was able to get right up behind him and use that outside to my advantage. And man, we had a good race to the line there. But I feel bad because I mean it was his race and just can't go green sometimes. It sucks, but at least we had a good race to the finish. And you know he drove a great race. And we're gonna those low time motors 1-2. I switched to the Pontiac for tonight.
Yep. It's funny to see an 8 Pontiac, but you get used to it after a while, I guess.
Yeah. It's alternate universe.
What if Dale Jr. was Pontiac?
Oh, he would have been so much cooler.
He would have been, for sure. I would have actually liked him. That would have been weird. All right, well, hit me with those friends, family, and sponsor shout-outs before you get out of here.
Big shout-out to Leap 12. Shout-out to M9 Performance, Slow Drag Esports. Everybody who puts these leagues on. Hayden has done a great job this season. I love racing the ARCA cars, and it's a great schedule. Charlotte's always a fun time. And you for doing the broadcasting. As always, do a great job, and I think that's about it.
Sam 4, we appreciate you each and every week, Mr. Most Wins in Sidewinder history. Keep it up and make sure Blake doesn't catch you.
I'll do my best.
All right, bud. Lucas Leitza bringing it home in victory lane tonight. Congrats to him and his team and all those folks that work hard over there on the Low Drag Esports side of things. We appreciate them racing with us. Hope everyone enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Let's go look at our final rundown. Bing, bing, and there we go. Lucas with the win. Trenton Sneed, Mike Edwards getting the podium spots. Mike Chris, Andrew Beach grabbing top 5s. Zach Schweiss, Ian Montrose, Derek Watkins, Dan Robinson Jr., and Jake Lawrence hanging in for top 10s. Next page, we have Cody Cleaver, Hayden Lowell, Sam Kohlhaas, Thomas Ferlizzo, Ira Kohlhaas, Alex Reeling, Daniel Llewellyn, EJ Johnson, Quinn Newton, and J.R. Deal in the top 20. Ethan Evers, rough night with the late wreck there. Blake Giglio, fast all night. Unfortunately, a couple of accidents for him. Griffin Jones, weird to see him so far back most of the race, and then just nothing there for the 53 team with the accidents. Jeff Price, rough night again. Just no luck at all for the 19 team. Dave Hoisman out 50 laps. Let's see, Nick Hammer and Adam Crozier, all the drivers starting tonight. Crozier went around on that very first lap, I think, and incident on the backstretch and never got really recovered in the 45 team. All right, that's going to do it from Charlotte here. Thanks to everyone for watching tonight's broadcast. Hope you had a great time. Appreciate our partners at In the Draft, the In the Draft podcast. Check them out on Twitter, In the Draft 22. Hope you guys can check that out. Thank you guys so much for being part of our community. If you want to join it, go on over to dgsracing.com. Click on the big red snake. That'll get you to our Discord where you can sign up to run any number of our leagues, and all the information about them is on that website, dgsracing.com. Thank you guys so much for being part of our community and our broadcast. We will see you in the next race. Have a great night, and we'll be back at it tomorrow for a triple header. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.